Hey Streaming Maniacs, today we're going to talk about audio devices, specifically USB audio devices that you can plug directly into your streaming computer and allow yourself to capture your audio in and control it a little bit better than just maybe if you were using a USB microphone. Now, everybody has their own setup. I recommend you do what works best for you, but here at Streaming Maniacs, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the audio workflow that I've put in place as it relates to some of my virtual calls, podcast recording, and what have you. Now, for years, I've used the PreSonus AudioBox USB 96. I've recommended this, I've installed it in different places, and it's always worked very well for me. But every time I would go to purchase one or talk to someone, they would always say, you know, the Focusrite is actually a better device. You should think about getting the Focusrite, right? The AudioBox is trash. And I've actually heard people or had people tell me that in the store. So I said, well, you know, I've been using this for a number of years. I feel pretty comfortable with it. It's what I've recommended, and you know, and I have probably about 4 of them that I personally own and use them in different areas of the studio. However, I decided finally, I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna buy this Focusrite. So I went ahead and bought the Focusrite, came in, immediately swapped it out with my AudioBox, and I began to use it. Now, at first, it was working very well. It seemed to be going pretty good. I've only had it probably for about 3 months actually, but I've used it probably for about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, in that 4 to 6 weeks, what I've noticed consistently is it constantly disconnects. And what I mean by that is, if I'm on a Zoom call, for instance, all of a sudden my audio goes out, I get a little red button icon that tells me that my audio is no longer connected. I have to reach back, unplug it, plug it back in. And that was the issue that I had. Now, 1 time, okay, 2 times, all right. But consistently, almost 3 or 4 times, and maybe a couple times within a call, I realized that this was really a problem. So I immediately thought, this may be a bad defective device, or it may be a problem overall. So what did I do? Like most of you right now, I went to YouTube. I started to watch videos of other people who are having the same problem. Now, these people were recommending that, hey, take a Q-tip swab, put it in some alcohol, go in the back and clean it out, and that'll resolve your problem. I didn't try that. 1, because the device is pretty new. 2, I shouldn't have to do that to make sure that this device is working consistently all the time. And 3, I don't know if a Q-tip is flat enough to get in between this USB-C connection. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you're probably gonna need something else if you're trying to get in there to clean it with a Q-tip, all right? But I just decided that, hey, it's easier for me to just go back to what I know works, right? I went back to my old faithful. Both of these are budget-friendly devices. So if you're looking for budget-friendly devices, you know, and depending on what your budget is, right? Budget-friendly for you might be a Rode Procaster, you know, 2, but for some it's not. Now, I happen to have the Rode Procaster first edition, not the second edition. However, I also have the Zoom H6 field recorder, which I generally use when I go out to the field, but this is also a good device that you can use as well when connecting to your computer. One thing to remember though, with this, if you are using it to connect to your computer and you're going out USB, then you lose the ability, I believe, to record directly to the device. You can check the facts on that, but I'm almost certain that's the issue that I had when using it that way. All right, now, that being said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you got some quick audio tips on these 3 devices. And if you want more information about streaming, audio, video, and production, you want to land right here at Streaming Maniacs. Share the link, tell somebody, hit the subscribe. We'll talk to you next week with another interesting fact.